Hello, whoever might be watching this. It's Paul here, and I am going to show you how to do box modeling of a wheel in Blender. Yeah, wheel, it's from a car or a truck or whatever. Nothing too fancy. I've seen other tutorials on it, but none of them showing how to do it with a box modeling methodology, so I am going to do it that way. It should be quick, and I'm just going to do it freestyle because for some reason I can't get actual units to work right in this Blender, so I don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to do it free and go from there. So, and do I have my screen keys on display? I guess I gotta turn those plugins on. So let's see, Screencast keys. Do I have Screencast? Says they're on, but they're not working. Oh, because it's a release or something. It's a build but build and doesn't have it. Shoot. Well, I don't know where it is, but I'm not going to worry too much for some reason. But okay. Well, I'm just going to move these to a different layer. I guess you're not going to see my screencast keys, but I'll try to tell what's going on if you can't figure it out. So, hide that. Drag this out a little bit, and I don't need a default cube. And now I am going to create a cylinder, and for vertices I will want 6 for how many spokes I plan on having, times 5, which is how many lug nuts are going to be in this wheel, and the rest I'll just kind of make up from there. Of course it's going to be 30. I'm just going to dial this radius down a bit. Apparently remembers the last preset. And I'm just going to do 2 or something like that. Depth of 0.5 maybe. That should be good. Something I can manage with. And now where should I go? Yeah. Control A, and I'll apply it, right? Apply rotation and scale. And now I'll go and switch into edit mode. Yay! Alright. If you don't know that key, that is A key to select or deselect all. And I am going to go to face select and hold down Alt key to select face ring. Hit E to extrude, but just right click instead of extruding out. We'll leave that selected like so, and now I'm going to do Alt S, which is scale along normal. This was like a stumbling block for me for a great while, because I was looking for move along normal, like move region along normal, and you're not going to find it in the spacebar menu, because in other programs it'll be like move along normal, and in Blender it's scale along normal for some weird reason. But it does the same thing as move along normal in other programs. And that was driving me nuts for a long time until I was talking in the chat and figured it out from one of the experts there. I was like, why'd I put it there? I don't know. But yeah, if you were looking for move normal, you weren't going to find it. So you got to scale with the Alt S to do that. Alright. So we have our general pattern here. And what I'm going to do is use faces, hit I for intrude, and go like so. And if your center is on an intrusion, don't stay selected like it shows. Select outer. This is probably like by default for some reason, but I prefer having it like this. Yeah, you can uncheck that select outer, just uncheck it, and then you'll just keep the inside selected. Sometimes it's just faster to inset again and again and again with the inside. And I'm going to do is Control E for the edge menu. And, oh, that's not what I wanted. Hit X and edge collapse there. So we have the star in the middle and something like this. Okay. So what do I want to do next is check to make sure that this vertex on the top and bottom are centered. Actually, that's going to be the medium point. So I'm going to want active element. I'm going to hit A. And that's 0.25. I'm just going to make sure that's 0. For some reason, it's like a little fidgety in some of these small measurements. It's probably measuring an itty-bitty fraction. It's just not holding the decimal values right. But that's one thing you got to watch out for, is this can go out around and stuff. Because the tiny little values, if you scale it up or scale it down, it's just weird. I noticed that. Probably has to do with how many digits are in pi, and you can't have exact pi in software, so. Floating point integers or whatever, that kind of stuff. This doesn't quite handle it as far as I understand. But it's still very good. Nothing against it. Alright, so what do I do for 6 spokes? I think 5 is 2 and 3, so there will be 3 in between. And another 2, and it should give me 6. So, like so. So, and I'm just doing this kind of a freestyle thing. I'm not going off a pattern or a template. But it should still look pretty neat. And that should give you an idea. And I counted off wrong. I did. Let's do this again. Oh. Hold down shift. So that's what I get for trying to explain stuff while modeling. And now I look like I'm good. Yeah, I have 6 little zones. And if I extrude like that, it's not going to work. And if I switch to normal, I don't think this will work either. We'll see. Yeah, that's not going to work either. So what you have to do is switch this here, the pivot point, to individual origins. And extrude, and then it works. Okay. So you get your 6 spokes for your wheel pattern right here. Like so. That's not too bad. Actually, I kind of just left that selected. And what I'm going to do is extrude it out again. And this is the start of our wheel pattern, so here we go. What we have to do next is bridge all these. So I'm going to do that. The fastest way to do it is to get the W menu, and then I want to say E in this menu is for bridge. If I can find it. Oh, it's in here somewhere. Well, just take my word for it, it's going to be WE. And I also have the Loop Tools plugin, so it might be part of that, I'm not sure. So yeah, just hit a face, select the face across, and go WE. That's what I'm going to do, just hit W and E. Do eventually remember some of the hotkeys, and it's a little faster. Like so. Oops, I forgot to deselect that one. Now remember to hit A for select all or deselect all, but if something's selected, it's going to deselect also. want to switch to edge selected mode and hold down Control Alt. That'll give me an edge ring while I'm selecting an edge. And it's really kind of awkward on my computer, so I'm holding down Control Alt and Shift with my left hand, which is really awkward because I don't want to hit that Windows key. And I'm going to select the rest of these, like so. This will start defining the outer perimeter of the wheel. Now it's going a little bit slower in this video because I have to explain it, but once you figure out how to do it, it's pretty fast. It's actually pretty faster than some other methods I've seen for making this kind of stuff, using revolves or whatever. If you get the hang of it, you can just belt it out like nothing. And if you understand this method, you can adapt it. Just change your multiples or your log patterns. You know, you can probably improvise if you need more edges or something. You'll figure it out. But I'm just showing you this one. Alright. And now I'm going to do Control E and subdivide. And I'm just going to go with the number of cuts that looks good. And it should give me a pretty even weighting. And I think 4 might be good enough. And I'll just go with 5. 5 seems alright for me. And what I'll do now is select all that. And I am going to put that as my origin, or what is it, cursor. Yeah, so I hit Shift S. I'm going to snap the cursor to that vertex, which I know is in the middle because I checked it earlier. Just so I can have a reference point. And be careful not to right click after that, so my center, my origin, or whatever it is. My 3D cursor, that's what it is. It's staying in the middle. And now I'm going to select this loop, and I'm going to use the Loop Tools plugin. So I'm going to go to Tools, Loop Tools plugin, and I'm just going to hit Circle. Now you notice it pulls in and stuff right there. If that's what you want, you can leave it like that, but I don't quite want it like that. So I am going to deselect that vertex and select it again to make it active. And it looks like it's lined up nice. The alignment didn't go off. So I'm going to change. Well, I have them all selected, so I guess the medium point is fine for this. Actually, before I even do that, no, that's fine too. Before I even do anything else, I look up here, you can see it changed a little bit, the median. So when I did the circularize from the loop tool, the whole circle or median shifted a little bit. I don't think it's exactly centered. There's a way to fix that. It just has to do with the way these things weigh it out when I get turned in circles. It's not perfectly centered. Like I said, the way the math works doesn't go far enough to the right of the decimal point to make it come out perfect. So the closest thing to do, the reason why I set the 3D cursor is hold down Shift S and then go Selection to Cursor Offset. If you do it without the offset, all your vertices are going to snap to the very middle. You don't want that. You want the offset so they center around it without going to the middle. So I'm going to do that. And you probably don't even notice it, but it might change things if you scale large or whatever, so it doesn't hurt to do it anyways. And because I wanted, let's say for instance, I wanted this to be matched up with the other edge, so when it circularized it shrunk down and I didn't want that. Well, in some ways it probably isn't a deal, but let's say we didn't want it to do that. We will go Vertex here, and active. That's why I put the active one there. And that is set to the 3D cursor. Yeah, okay. And we're going to scale C. And Oh, we gotta turn on the snap. That would help. Alright, now scale Z. And does it do anything? Looks like it didn't do anything. Let's try medium point again. Oh, you know what it is? It's scale Shift Z. That's what my thing is. Alright. So I knew something. Alright. So I go Shift S. No, that's not it. Just S. To scale. And Shift Z. And oops. Alright. Am I good? No. I don't know what I did there, but it's off by a hair. So I am going to do 3 center again, I guess. Oh, what am I doing here? Cursor, Shift S, selection cursor offset. Variation should be medium point. Huh. I don't know why it's that shift. Weird. There you go. Well, I think I'm on that cursor there, even though I can't see it. And if I were to go, hit 5 for perspective, and yeah, flip it over. Yeah, I think it's actually lined up. Okay. Yeah, I know I make it take longer, but sometimes I don't always get it right. It's just stuff you gotta watch out for too, right? And get out of that so you can see it in a more normal fashion. And we'll do the same thing, but faster, I guess. And circle. Yeah, it looks like it's actually lining up this time. Well, sometimes it'll shift and offset a little bit too. Notice my active cursor changed on me, so I'm gonna go back like that. And well, first Shift C, it shouldn't be a big deal, but S, Shift C, and I can't. Scale Shift C and get it to snap to that. From the active to that vertex, and then it should be the same size. Alright, like that. And you're thinking, how about these inside ones? I know some wheel designs have them flat, but in my case, I'm not a big fan of that look, so I am going to round them out. Do it like so. Hit Shift G, and I believe parameter. Yeah, it'll just give me those. You can try the other modes, but a lot of times you'll get the other stuff. In this case, we want to go here to the object data and create a vertex group, because that's the only way we're going to be able to manipulate this is with a modifier. Yeah, so we create a vertex group, and then we hit assign. Weight's already at 1, so we don't need to mess with that. Now we have a vertex group, so if we hit deselect, it should go away. Good. But we know we have them in this vertex group, so if we hit select while that group's highlighted, it'll come back. So we know we're good. Alright, so let's add the modifier, and we need to cast. And we need a cylinder, and we click on that, and we get our vertex group. And it didn't look like it did anything, but it will. So I hit 1. And now what I have to do is hit this thing here, and it'll show it, and click that thing there, and then it'll show it again. And we just drag our radius out until it starts moving. And if I hold down, does it shift? Does Alt do anything? Alt or Shift Alt? Until it rounds out a bit. And something like that, maybe. Where you can even round it out a bit more. You know what, I could have selected some extra vertices now that I realize it. They aren't part of the group right now. But this is fine. Say something like that. So all these are actually pushed out or deformed onto the cylinder. And we'll just go into object mode, because you can't apply it in vertex mode for some reason, or edit mode. So hit apply, and let's go back to edit mode here. So this is the start of our wheel here. And since I'm planning on having this smooth eventually, we can hit subdivision for surface. And we can see what it looks like when smooth, which is, so far, is pretty flat. Not too wheel-like, but not awful. And I'm not going to apply it. Alright, so what do we do next? And my voice is drying out. Control plus to get out there. And extrude this up a little bit. Oops, I gotta be in edge mode first. And to slide for edge, you can go to a slide edge here. But notice the tooltip, it doesn't have GG. For moves and stuff, you have like translate, you get shortcut G. For slide, it should have a shortcut of GG, but they don't. I don't know why. But if you hit G, it's a move. If you hit G again, it's a slide. So it really should have that on the tooltip with G listed twice. Anybody with an ounce of sense should be able to figure that out. At least I would think so. Alright. That's good there. Slide it a little here. Not much. And do the same kind of thing. I'm going to pick that vertex in the middle there. Hit Control plus on the number pad. It has to be on the number pad, so if you're on a laptop, it might goof you up. You have to switch some things. And extrude. Hit A. And that's our like hub section of the wheel. We have the spokes. I'm going to turn it smooth again, see how it looks. Not too bad. It's a pretty simple, basic looking thing. I think I got doubles here, because I just noticed that when I looked at my smoothing. So you know what? I'm going to click on remove doubles. And yep, I did have doubles. I don't know how I did it, but alright, well I fixed it. So if you see something weird when you're smoothing or whatever, or looking at smooth preview, check for doubles. And yeah, now it pulls in. Now it webs a little bit, which is what I was expecting. Alright. And next, I'll turn that off. And I'll go to the face mode, because this time I actually want a face ring. Hit Alt on one of the edges that goes around like that. And I'm going to extrude this. Oh. Yeah. Or not. That's probably how I got it. know it is extruded even though it doesn't look like it did, so I'm just gonna move it up. Yeah. Like so. Get my wheel a bit of thickness here. And Alt there, extrude Z. Z, I said. Didn't register for some reason. Alright. And that is pretty much the hub and the rim and the spokes. But I don't have my lug pattern in here yet. I'll do an inset lug pattern. And move this edge. Come on. You gotta be in the right mood here. Hit G twice. And I don't know if you noticed, but at the very bottom, well, my cursor's not going to go there right now, but right here, this part changes when I go to actually do the operation. So I'm going to hit G twice. And if you notice, there's like an E for even off in that little area where I can't drag the cursor right now. So I'm going to hit even on. There's going to be like this little red dot, and this is, the red dot is on the side it's supposed to even up with. If you want to even up with the other side, you hit F for flipped, and the red dot will shift to the other side. Okay, so I want to even with this side, and I'm just going to hold down the control, and I'm just going to do a value of, I'm going to do control alt, or no, shift control? Yeah, there we go. Shift control, and I'm going to go 8.5. And then I'm going to hit it again with the alt and select, so I get that loop ring, or loop. Hit G to slide it, make it even, and I can see the red dots up here, so it's going to be at the top. Hold down Control Shift, and 8.5. I think that's about right. Huh. I guess that's not an absolute value then, huh? I don't know what's going on here, but I was expecting them to be the same when I put the same value. Oh well. See, I'm still used to using the other program. Alright, so here is another way to make sure they're the same, and I can do that too. So, dude, let's do that. And I'm going to hit X and delete those edge loops, and hit I to inset. I know if I'm insetting, it will be the same distance for both edges. In some cases, inset does not always work the way you expect it, though. I'll probably run into that too. So that is that for that, and you know what? I'm going to inset one more time. And I'm going to control and do this. I'm not doing the tire with this model, but you can have a tire. It can later on, but I'm not going to worry about it just yet. So, make the space for it at least. I know it's kind of cheap, but well. And see what I want is that edge ring, which is all in control at the same time. And control E, subdivide. Probably do the same thing here. Like so. And it gives me an area to put in my lug nut pattern. So let's do that, I suppose. Okay. Should I do it on the bottom? You know what? Let's do it on the bottom. Why not? I gotta hold down there. And this should work. Alright. So we got our faces to do the lug nut pattern now. Yeah, we know it's going to be a 5 lug pattern. So let's try to space them out evenly. I'm not sure if it will line up with anything. Well, I can probably line it up with when the spokes start now, so I'll do it that way. I believe it is 4 between them. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Alrighty. It actually worked out this time. And extend it a little bit more. So just because you don't have to do it like this, but I'm gonna do it like that. Hit Control F and make those a single face. And I'm gonna switch to Vertex mode. And because we have loop tools plugin turned on, I'm just gonna hit circle and make some nice big circle faces. I'm gonna switch this to individual origins and scale until it seems like a reasonable size, which that seems to be, so it's good. But if you notice something, these things twist up a bit, and they aren't all orientated the same, so now I gotta fix that. I know my explanation's longer than the actual process, but once you understand the process, it's not too bad. So we pick that, and we switch to Vertex mode, and we want active here, okay. And this can be medium point. And right now we got to have an active vertex, so I'm deselecting it and reselecting that when I make it active. And I'm going to click the magnet, and I'm going to hit R for rotate, Z for Z, and notice the snap, it points to active straight towards the center. And that looks nice now, and it's lined up in a way I like. So, time to do that with all these. Find the vertex with the ray from the center and line them up. Oops. Well, if these handles get in your way, just turn them off. They're good for a lot of things, but sometimes for modeling, you just get in the way. Oh, supper's ready. Okay. Do it, so. Okay. Well. Okay. Alright. So, gotta have somebody talk right in the middle of my tutorial. Well, floating. Yeah, line that up. And alright, that's good. And while I'm in here, So all these are lined up. I'm going to inset one more time. I see some weird face stuff going on. I probably have doubles again. So you know what that means. Select everything, remove doubles. And it didn't say there were doubles, but it seems like there's edges or something. I'm getting shading artifacts. I don't know what's causing it. Is there another edge in there that I can't see? Alright. Doesn't seem to be. Maybe I have normals that aren't lined up. Let's recalculate the normals. Do that right here. I don't know why it's doing it. Maybe it's not perfectly flat. But let's see how it looks like this. We're in object mode. It looks okay in object mode so far, so. So increase the 0.8. And is there a way to shift loops? I don't know if there is. Not in this program. Oh, what did I hit? I hit that. I don't want to do that. I can do this. And I can do... not that. Select boundary loops. And I can set the increase in noise. 0.75. Should be good. Now if I hit smooth preview. And let's look at it in object mode. Doesn't look too bad. We got the start of our wheel. I'm going to go back to edit mode. I'm going to move that in a little bit. Like so. I think that should be okay. And it does not look bad at all. Looks like a wheel for a car or something. And where the that was Control Plus, if you didn't know that. Alrighty. If the outer edge is selected, I don't want to do that though. So it won't select from a single vertex, I don't know why. If I transition, it doesn't want to do what I'd like it to do. Okay, well there's another wheel. I can go hold down Control, and even though I have selection reversed, it's still a right click for this one, so I just drag and right click there. That. But I gotta be in edge mode. Okay. There. That's what I wanted. And Control E. I have to have my mouse over the modeling space. Subdivide. And you know, what I'm going to do is Well, one's fine. So what I'm going to do is go to that loop tools again. Circle. And shift this. Cursor offset. I don't want to do it there though. Let's do it this way. It should center it. So everything's selected. And it's set to a medium point. Let's go like so. And oh. Didn't want to do that. Alright. So one way or another to do it. Okay. Extrude. Scale. And set that a little bit. Set this a little bit. And I'm going to do is, oops, not that one, this one. Alright, so let me increase those to 2.6. I should probably make the holes go all the way through. So, how did I do the pattern? I went like, what? Like that, right? Or what? Two apart? Circle. These are on the back side. I could fix them, but I'm not going to worry this time. It's just taking too long. If I was doing this on a real project, I'd probably fix it a bit. Circle like so. And yeah. Yeah, you're getting bored too, I bet. Let's try it out. Alright, like so. And now we just select those that are across from each other. So do it. And be a bridge. You know what bridge is from the W menu, is it? WE, right? Yes it is. Okay. Once you get one, you know where the others are, so. Be confused then. And I can probably do is oops. Object mode. And I'm not really going to worry about the backside too much, though. technically where this spindle raised area is, there's usually a relief in the back of the wheel because the bearing hub or part of the axle that the bearing goes over sticks out, and usually it's left out to center the wheel, even though lugs should center the wheel. But I'm not going to worry about it here. You can add that feature since it's the same as making that button stick go out, you go in. So one last final thing. Go back to edit mode. And Control Alt, Shift Control Alt, like that. And I was going to do this one time. Oh, not that. It should have been the faces. Alright, do it this way, face rigs. And hit inset. But inset does not work for this because it gets all craggly and it's not right. When you're out, you can see it bulges funny. And trying to fine tune it doesn't work. And there's no way that I know of to force it to follow the original edge. Because if it did that, it would work fine, but it doesn't. In Wings 3D, I knew how to do it. In Blender, I still don't. So what you have to do is basically make your edge loops manually. Do it that way. Just Control R for edge loops, and you kind of even them up. And Control R, and you just gotta go through it all manually. Just kind of extra work is where if the inset method worked, it would have been done. Alright. But once you understand how this works, this is really fast. But I'm still not quite used to workflow in this, but in Wings 3D I can belt it out in like probably under 10 minutes. Blender, I'm still getting a feel for the hotkeys. If you're used to it, you can probably do it as fast as I do in Wings. The reason I'm doing that is just to control smoothing. The control edges still do a little bit better increase in some cases. Get nice straight spokes, they don't web so much. If you want more webbing, you move that inwards. If you want less, you move it outwards. You can see the difference here. And remember, when you even them up, you gotta flip them sometimes. So lower it does in the direction you want it to line up with. And even flip. Alright. And that should be it, man. So, whoever's watching this, hope it was informative enough. That was just freestyle, and it still looks pretty decent without any blueprint. That's a wheel right there, and you can throw your lug nuts on or whatever you want to do. Make your own patterns, your rolling bolt patterns. You might want to try 4 instead of 5, or 6 if 6 or 10 if it's the big truck. I was thinking a car, so I went with 5. There's a car wheel for you. That's it, man. So, it's not that hard. You know, I was struggling, but that's just not me. That's just me not being familiar enough with Blender still. But box modeling method is pretty fast if you know how to do it. Alright, have fun.